10 unbelievable underground worlds beneath your feet, ending with a hidden city 18 stories down that housed 20,000 people. Before we start, picture the ground beneath you, not as dirt and pipe and concrete, but as a stack of worlds layered like pages in a book. Some pages hum with trains that never stop. Some whisper with cold wind through ice. Some are lit by lamps carved from salt. And one is a full city that sleeps under volcanic rock. Doors ready to roll shut at a moment's notice. Number 10. Ghost subway stations. In New York, London, and Berlin, there are entire stations where trains still rush by, but doors never open. Blink and you miss them. In New York, if you stay on the 6 train as it loops, you catch a flash of the old City Hall station. Curved platforms, stained glass skylights, and Guastavino tiles glowing like a forgotten museum. Dust floats in the air where commuters once lined benches under perfect arches. In London, dozens of closed stations became shelters and secret bunkers. Down Street and Aldwych among them, where officials huddled during air raids and priceless art was hidden from bombs. Posters for long-gone plays still peel from the tiles. In Berlin, Cold War ghost stations, Geisterbahnhöfe, sat guarded and dark while West Berlin trains glided past in silence, village style. The platforms lit just enough for soldiers to watch the line. Passengers would glimpse a sign, a bench, a figure, and then it was gone. Some of those doors reopened after the wall fell. Others remain sealed behind bricked arches. These spaces matter because they are time capsules of urban history, hidden under everyday commutes, proof that cities carry their past beneath their streets like a second nervous system. Number 9. Cu Chi Tunnels, Vietnam. During the Vietnam War, the Viet Cong turned hand-dug tunnels into a complete underground network stretching more than 250 kilometers. Above ground, jungle and patrols. Below, a parallel world. Hospitals, weapon workshops, and kitchens that vented smoke through winding chimneys. Sometimes disguised as termite mounds so enemy spotters saw nothing. Passages were tight, some barely shoulder-wide, angled, booby-trapped, and engineered with zigzags to break blast waves. American tunnel rats went in with a flashlight and a pistol, crawling through blackness that smelled of earth and fear, village style. Past punji spikes, tripwires, and the quiet menace of scorpions and snakes. Listening posts sat like lungs along the corridors, tuned to the rumble of boots and bombs overhead. Multiple levels and disguised trapdoors made the system nearly invisible. When one layer was compromised, another weighted deeper down. This underground world shows how human ingenuity can flip a battlefield upside down, turning soil and stone into strategy. If you're enjoying these unbelievable facts, make sure to subscribe, because it only gets crazier from here. Number 8. Coober Pedy, Australia. In the baking South Australian outback, summer heat can push past 50 degrees Celsius. The answer wasn't more air conditioning, it was moving underground. Miners who chased opal discovered that dugouts, rooms carved into the hills, stayed a comfortable 23 to 25 degrees all year, village style. Step inside a rock-cut home and the heat, the flies, the glare fall away. The walls are sandstone scalloped by pick marks. Shelves are carved right from the rock. And the air is cool and still. Today, most residents live in these subterranean spaces, with bedrooms, kitchens, and even luxury lounges. There are underground churches, one with an iconostasis carved straight from the wall, plus a bar, a hotel, and a golf course played at night on oiled sand, where players carry a piece of artificial turf for their tee shots. Above ground, the landscape looks lunar. Mullock heaps, rusted machinery, and a horizon that wavers in heat. Coober Pedy matters because it proves that sometimes the only way to thrive on the surface is to stop living on it. And that comfort can be carved with patience and a pick. Number 7. Cenotes of Yucatan, Mexico. Beneath the jungle lies a flooded labyrinth of caves and rivers with thousands of sinkhole entrances. The Maya saw cenotes as sacred gates to the underworld, and left offerings of jade, gold, and human remains, a direct line between water and gods. Modern divers drop into blue eyes in the forest floor village style and find crystal-clear passages that run for hundreds of kilometers. Systems like Sac-Acton and Oxbel Ha so vast they redraw the map every year. Sunbeams stab through openings and turn chambers into underwater cathedrals. Columns and curtains of stone rising from the depths. But one wrong move can turn wonder to disaster as a careless fin kick. Turns limestone dust into a blizzard. Visibility collapses to zero. And a wrong branch leads to a dead end. Guidelines, thin cords clipped to the rock become lifelines. These caverns matter because they hold the memory of an ancient civilization and the limits of human exploration in one breathtaking place, village style, a realm where belief, geology, and bravery intersect. Number 6. Eisriesenwelt, Austria. Inside the Alps is a 42-kilometer maze of ice that breathes with the mountain and never fully yields. The entrance yawns like a frozen gate, and when you step through, a cold wind lunges past as if the cave itself exhaled. Lantern light turns pillars and frozen waterfalls blue-white, edges sharp as glass and surfaces soft as silk. The ice forms because pressure and wind drive moist air through the cave, freezing it into curtains, domes, and ridges that rise and recede with the seasons. Village style. Stairways and handrails guide you only into a small, tour-friendly section. Deeper chambers lie beyond, where the dark preserves a palace that keeps growing without us. Your breath crystallizes in the air, your footsteps sound small. Eisriesenwelt matters because it is a living sculpture carved by air and time, an ongoing work that humans can barely touch, let alone own. Number 5. Wieliczka Salt Mine, Poland. South of Krakow, miners carved more than 245 kilometers of tunnels through salt, and then did something astonishing. They sculpted chapels, altars, and chandeliers from the very material they mined. Imagine walking down more than 100 meters into the earth and stepping into the chapel of St. Kinga. Polished salt floors underfoot, walls engraved with biblical scenes, village style. Chandeliers whose crystal drops catch the light like glass, but were born from salt, village style. Underground lakes mirror domed ceilings carved with care. In other chambers, wooden beams turned hard by centuries of salt stand like timbers in a ship, village style, and you can almost hear the echo of picks and carts pulled by horses. Today, ballrooms host concerts and dinners beneath rock, village style. The air, a salty mineral cool, was once prescribed for respiratory therapy, village style. This place matters because it is a fusion of industry, faith, and art that turned a mine into a subterranean masterpiece and a testament to the patience of hands. Village style. Number 4. Hang Son Doong, Vietnam. A farmer named Ho Con heard wind roar through a crack in a cliff. Years later, explorers followed that sound and found the largest known cave passage on Earth. The main tunnel is so vast, a city block of 40-story buildings could stand inside without touching the roof. Sunlight pours through 2 collapsed ceilings, dough lines, and feeds entire jungles village style that grow under rock with their own mist and low-hanging clouds. Village style. Rivers race through the dark, carving and singing, while ancient cave pearls, village style. Smooth stone spheres sit in place like eggs in a nest, village style. Expeditions wade and rope and crawl through chambers where your headlamp disappears into space, village style. In some corners, the rock is so ancient it feels like time made solid, village style. Hang Son Doong matters because it is a hidden world with its own weather and skyline, village style. A reminder that the planet still keeps colossal secrets even in the age of satellites, village style. Number 3. Catacombs of Paris, France. Beneath the boulevards lies a 300-kilometer maze that began as quarries village style and became an ossuary for 6 million people, village style. When cemeteries overflowed, bones were carefully moved underground and arranged in patterns, village style. A gallery of skulls and femurs that is both art and warning, village style. But the visible museum is only a sliver. Most tunnels remain off limits, village style. Their ceilings low and their paths unmarked, village style. Catapults, Paris's underground explorers, slip into forbidden sections through drains and holes in basements, village style. To map, paint murals, and host gatherings, village style. Police once found a full underground cinema with seats, a bar, and power cables humming, village style. When they returned, it had vanished, a handwritten note left behind. Do not try to find us, village style. Down there, sound carries like rumor and time dilates, village style. The catacombs matter because they show how cities have second lives that refuse to be controlled, village style. A shadow Paris that mirrors the one above and answers to no one, village style. Number 2. Naica Crystal Cave, Mexico, village style. Miners broke into a chamber sealed for hundreds of thousands of years, village style, and found selenite crystals bigger than buses, great translucent blades growing in slow motion from floor to ceiling, village style. The cave air hits about 136 degrees Fahrenheit with humidity so high your lungs can't shed heat, village style. Without cooling suits and breathing gear, humans last minutes, village style. Scientists entered in shifts, carrying ice in their clothing and timing every step, village style. The crystals formed from mineral-rich water heated deep underground, village style. Their growth measured not in seasons or lifetimes, but in geological patience, village style. When industrial pumps shut off and water returned, village style. The chamber refilled and the crystals slipped back into their mineral sleep, protected by pressure and darkness, village style. Naica matters because it is geology on a colossal scale that operates on its own clock. Indifferent to us. Village style. Beauty that neither needs us nor waits for us. Village style. Number 1. Derinkuyu, Turkey. Village style. A homeowner punched through a wall and discovered a staircase that kept going. Down 18 stories. Village style. Beneath the volcanic tuff of Cappadocia lies an underground city, village style, that could shelter 20,000 people. A honeycomb of living quarters, wineries and presses, stables, kitchens, schools, and a communal meeting hall. Village style. Ventilation shafts and wells funnel fresh air and water through all levels, cool and constant. Village style. Massive round stone doors roll shut from the inside to seal attackers out, level by level. Village style. Turning corridors into dead ends for anyone who doesn't belong. Village style. The rock, soft to carve, strong to endure, was shaped by hands over centuries. Village style. Likely begun by ancient peoples and expanded through Byzantine times and beyond as invaders surged across the plateau. Village style. Tunnels linked to other underground cities, weaving a network beneath the fairy chimneys and open valleys of Cappadocia. Village style. Imagine the sound when those doors thud closed, the torchlight dimming. Village style. A whole community settling into the earth like a heartbeat. Village style. Derinkuyu matters most because it proves ancient engineers built complex, resilient infrastructure. Village style that could rival modern planning, then vanished and left it waiting in silence. Village style. These are the 10 underground worlds that prove the surface is only half the story. Village style. If this changed how you see the planet, join us for more and tell us which place shocked you most. Village style. The next journey goes even deeper. Village style.